All right, Coach. Some uh, good success for you guys again on the track, transitioning away from the indoor season, obviously. What's just kind of start things off? What's it like getting towards or getting more into this part of the season?
I think there was a lot of excitement, to be honest. It's been, almost a year since any of our guys or gals, whether they are coming from high school or whether they're upperclassmen, that we competed outdoors. So I think there was a level of excitement, and I think it really helped that. When we showed up, it was nice weather outside. The sun was out. It was a little windy, but there was an overall level of excitement to get out there, get competing, get going. We had a lot of momentum coming off of the indoor season on both sides. So, when you have that, I think they want to continue that. So they were looking forward to putting their training to work and seeing where we are, this early.
When you move from the indoor to outdoor, what kind of elements change for you? Obviously, it becomes a wind factor, a playing surface factor, maybe. What's the differences for the team?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the weather, especially in the upper Midwest. You have no idea what it's going to be when you show up. I joked with the team on Saturday. I said I love indoors. I always know what the weather is going to be like. So, when you show up, you never know. Is it going to be wind? Where's the wind coming from? Is it going to be, cold and cloudy? Is it going to be sunny? All those types of things. So that's probably the biggest thing. The biggest change is just the overall size of the track. So it's a little bit easier to run faster, whether it's in sprints or distance. So those are the two biggest things that we take into concern when transitioning.
Looking at the events in particular here this last weekend, the men had some really good showings in the sprints, especially. Can you kind of talk about that group?
Yeah, Joseph Green had a great race in the 200 meters. That's kind of his event. We knew when we recruited him, that was going to be something where he could really help us. Chase Tandy had a good race in the 200 as well. He ran a big PR. And then Nate Trujillo Aragon, he broke the school record in the 110 hurdles, so he continued his momentum from the outdoor season. And then our 4x4 picked up right where they left off. They ran an incredible race. Those guys, I think, has us sitting near the top of the conference. So very exciting day for our sprints group. Coach Adams is doing a great job.
Talk about your throws group. You had three that reached podium, the javelin, and then despite it being postponed because of weather, the hammer throw, you had some success there.
Yeah, those guys did a great job. It was funny on Friday. The women got to get going, and the men were warming up, and then the snow rolled in, and they had to cancel it on Friday. But they were in good spirits, good attitude. So Logan had a big PR. I believe it was over 10 meters. And then Samuel Crines and Corbin Harris, it was their first time throwing the hammer throw, so I thought they did a great job. On the javelin side, that's not an event that we have during the indoor season, but it's an event outdoors where we feel like we can be very competitive and pick up a lot of points. So, Leif, who did high jump indoors, we knew this was going to be his bread and butter. Outdoors came out. He was just off his provisional qualifying mark for the outdoor championship, so he had a great debut. It's number 3 all time in D2 era history. And Ben Austin, who's our savvy veteran, he did a great job. Got a little PR there in the javelin, so good start for both of them.
And looking at the women, not a bad weekend, obviously, but didn't have quite as many podium finishes and things
Yep.
like that as the men. Can you kind of talk about their efforts?
Yeah, I would say it wasn't a bad start, but I think there's a little bit more there and a few things that we need to work on. Abby McGee running the 1500, she came out, had when you're a distance runner, you don't run for a period of time. You need to get back in the swing of things. So I thought it was a good debut for her. We ran off events with some of our other distance runners, our 5K and longer distance runners. So they ran a little bit outside their comfort zone, and I thought they did a great job. Ashley Miller ran a great race in the 200. She won her heat, ran a fantastic time, which sits top 10 in D2 era history. So, on the women's side, I thought it was a good weekend. But again, I think there's a little bit that we need to work on as we move forward. And as I told them, it's still early in the season, so no need to panic. Just got to put our heads down and get in the work.
So now you head to the University of South Dakota coming up for, April 3rd, all-day Saturday meet. What will be the biggest thing for the women and men to work on to get ready for that one?
I think just taking the next step forward, if I'm being honest, taking the next step forward in our progression, whether you're a sprinter, thrower, or distance runner, cleaning up some things tactically in races that we saw, maybe running a little bit faster or throwing a little bit further than we did the week before. Those are all things that we look at week to week, like, hey, this is what went great last week, and here's what we need to work on next week, and here's what didn't go so well that we can't repeat next time we're on the track. So those will all be things that we look at as we head into our second meet of the season.
Being that your next event is at USD, is there going to be any change in maybe the quality of competition you're going against? Is that a factor that you consider when putting together a lineup?
Yeah, I think we're going to see some NSIC schools that honestly we typically don't even really see during the regular season, like Southwest Minnesota will be there. So we'll see some really good NSIC competition. Obviously be some Division I competition. So everyone will have to step their game up. Especially when we head down there and the races are a little bit faster and the competition is a little bit stiffer. So I'm excited for them. Again, it's supposed to be good weather. I heard it's supposed to be about 70 and sunny all day. So hopefully we can continue, like I said, to make those progressions, keep climbing higher on the conference list. Hopefully get some few people on the national list and keep going through this outdoor season.
All right, thanks,
All right,
Coach.
cool. Thank you.